I've been very happily married for 59 years. I've got two daughters. I was very active, played a lot of sport. So my heart condition came as a bit of a shock. I was playing tennis on a Wednesday morning at 9 o'clock. About 9:15, I suddenly had a cardiac arrest. But I didn't realise, the boys didn't realise. So I went to the pacemaker clinic, and the girl said, "When do you think this happened?" And I said, "Well, about 9:15 on Wednesday." No, he said, "It was 9:20 precisely. You had a cardiac arrest." Straight up to the cardiac ward. And then the very nice doctor from Broad Green came over and discussed with me that I should maybe have an ICD pacemaker as opposed to the pacemaker I'd got. So the next thing I knew, I was over at Broad Green. And, the lady that runs the unit that registers these things, Sue, is an absolute joy. And Dr. Luther decided that the three of us would work together rather than me come over for clinics from the Wirral, especially as I wasn't driving at that. So I've had this terrific team effort with Dr. Luther and Sue and me, and any problems, which of course we did have, last year when I suddenly became very dizzy, and because of the fact that I could just lift the phone and say to Sue, "Look, I've had a dizzy spell, can you look at my printouts?" And she got back and said, "Yes, you've had one. I've been in touch with Dr. Luther. He wants you over here in the morning." He said that because of your age, the treatment that I would normally recommend for the problem you've got is you're really over the age limit. But he said, "I think you're in very good shape physically, and I would be prepared to do it." And he actually went in a little room and he tore a piece of handpaper off the wall and drew a heart on it, and then showed me how he would attack the problems with the ablation. And he said, "But it is a chancy business and maybe you don't want to risk." And I said, "Well, as far as I'm concerned, if you say you can do it, I want you to do it." By the time we arrived, and then I was immediately taken into the ward, and from then on, it was just superb. Everybody was on the ball. Everybody knew what they were doing. I had the pre-op advice and all the rest of it. And they said, "Oh, Dr. Luther will see you about 11 o'clock. And I was wheeled down to his unit, and there were all the guys with all the equipment. It's an amazing place. It's like a TV studio. Took me back, and it was just fantastic. And then he discussed what he was going to do and how they were going to do it, and I had to have the insertions through my groin up through my artery into my heart. And it was just effortless. And they said, "If you come and wait in the waiting room, you'll be collected, your wife and the taxi will come." And I got to the nursing station on the ward, and one of them said, "God, look at your hand." It was absolutely pouring blood where it had the insertions. And they hadn't realised. So then they said, sit still. And they were just fantastic. Everybody just took over and just relax. We'll tape you up. It'll stop. Stay here for 20 minutes, and then we'll let you go. I mean, that was just a little incident of how good the Heart and Chest Hospital is the staff. There's nowhere else like it. We are so fortunate on Merseyside to have Walton and Heart and Chest Hospital and Clatterbridge for cancer. I mean, we're incredibly lucky. We've got, well, Dr. Luther as a personality is just a delight. I mean, he's like one of the boys. It's like meeting one of the boys from squash or tennis or whatever. He just has such an easy way with him. You feel relaxed. You feel you can ask all sorts of questions. You're not embarrassed. Everyone, when we went down into the ward where we did the ablation, I mean, everyone was so pleasant. All the guys, all the consultants and doctors were relaxed and friendly and, oh, just wonderful. Well, I think anyone that has a heart problem should definitely seek advice. You know, if they're worried, if they had a dizzy turn like I had, you know, do something about it. Because we're so lucky that we've got the right people around us.